This video covers the final action on the steps palette, collecting files. Very similar to the process of packaging in InDesign, Fusion Pro's Collect gathers all the relevant components into a zip archive. However, doing a collect is not always necessary. Sending files to be composed by a different person or device are two of the more common reasons for collect. In addition, a template built with Fusion Pro may also be uploaded to an online tool, like MarcomCentral, that allows an asset to be customized and proofed within a secure branded portal. The first thing you should always do before the collect is save. Prior to collecting, you likely composed, which created one of the files significant to the template. For this reason, the template will be in a pending state. So click Save. Using the Steps palette, click Collect, or on the side menu, click the little folder icon. The Collect menu provides a series of checkboxes to indicate what to collect or ignore. The first is for graphic files. Depending upon the volume of graphic files used, this might make the collect a very large file. This is one of the reasons for the Compose settings providing a search path to identify an alternative location for images. Using the search path would eliminate the need to include the images in the collect, as the composition tool would know where to get the images. Next is text resources, which would gather any external files like tag text, TXTs, or rich text files. Formatted text resources reside in the def file in Fusion Pro, so these would not be affected by this checkbox. If the template will be composed elsewhere, the fonts should be checked so that the Fusion Pro composition tool has what it needs to output the data completely. Fusion Pro only collects fonts embedded in the document, which leads to an important related check just below, to include fonts used in paragraph styles. If you have any rules referencing paragraph formatting tags, those fonts are not used in the document until it is composed. So checking this will also collect them. Fusion Pro updated some controls and functionality after version 9.1. The checkbox to preserve that format allows older templates to stay compatible even when using a newer version of Fusion Pro. There is a check to zip the files collected. If you uncheck it, be sure to browse to and select an appropriate location to collect the files. The default folder for the collect is the working folder, but this also contains several files with the same names of those being collected. And those existing files are in use, so the collect will likely generate an error if this is not addressed. Adjust the name of the zip if needed. Then at the bottom, 3 buttons allow for the collect to be canceled, verified, or collected. Verify is like a rehearsal collect to see if there are any errors. But when you do a collect, the .msg file logs any errors, as well as showing what is collected and where. Let's collect. A status menu will pop up and notify you when collect is complete. Click OK when it is finished. If we extract the zip archive, we can review the collected files for the job. First off, the MSG is just a text file, so use whatever utility you use to read text files. The template itself is the PDF, which should be the same file you just did the collect from. The data source will vary, but typical files would be a TXT, a CSV, or an XLSX. The def file contains the fields, resources, and rules for the template, which are the first 3 actions on the steps palette. The diff file identifies all the formatting, positions, and contents of the frames in the PDF. The CFG file explains how to complete the output composition. Assets.dat contains the fonts, which are converted to a format proprietary to Fusion Pro. Now the collected Fusion Pro files are ready to be sent for composition or uploaded and configured in MarcomCentral. That concludes this video for collecting files in Fusion Pro. Thanks for watching.